Hello folks, Scott Grove, GroovyMusicLessons.com. That's right, the Dr. Groovy here. Gonna teach you some basic wah-wah stuff. Basically just the licks that are most ear-friendly to your audience, what they would expect to hear. So if you are a newcomer to the wah-wah game, this will be exceptionally helpful for you. If you've been doing it a long time, maybe it'll be a good refresher course to go back and pick up some of these very easy licks, again, that are just so ear-friendly that people just really dig these, and sometimes we tend to go overboard, which is fine. It just shows, progress that we've made musically, but sometimes we go above people's heads, so you have to kind of reel it in and remember to have the basics in there as well. So today I'm going to use the old Aria Pro PE series with a 3P90s in it, and I'm going to use the middle one and the neck one. Very subdued, clean wah sound, going straight through the Johnson J station, and then a Johnson J8 controller down here with the built-in wah that's inside of the Johnson J station, so it's just a direct thing. Let me turn off the vocal mic, let you hear this. Okay, so and then hit just a little PV univerb over here on the mix, so that's what I'm using for that. So nice cheap setup. And real quick, down here on the floor, which I won't be showing too much of, the J8 that you do see down here. And I'll show you the other couple things I'll be using. The Beat Buddy, of course, for some drums, and then my just mic on and off. But this particular J8 was sold on eBay for parts because right here where the MIDI plug is on the back, everybody steps on that cord, and that's exactly what happened there. It was at a pawn shop find, and it was sold as parts only. And that's what they showed, man. They showed the guitar, or this pedal sitting there. And what do I got going on? One of my, yeah, let's turn those off. Oh, that's the people outside mowing too, so my thing's picking it up. Anyway, so all I had to do is pull out the broken MIDI cable end that was in there with my two fingers. Just went zip, pulled it out, and this thing works perfect. So got that thing for a song. So let's try to cover up the lawn crew outside and get everything done before the bug guy shows up out here and tries to kill all the scorpions and hopefully the lawn guys. Okay, so simple licks, and it won't be very long because I just don't want to add extra time into these licks. Why? Because they're very easy and you won't need the time. Okay, I'm gonna naturally assume that you know how to play guitar and you can follow right along. Okay, I'm gonna first start you off in the key of A, just because. Okay, natural licks I'm gonna start off with are gonna be going on the open A string, and so your A string, and then I'm gonna do a hammer on from 5 to 7 on the D string with your A string ringing. Okay. Again, the interference outside. Sorry for that, but there it is. It's just picking up through my vocal mic and then getting muted by the gate. So we shall live with it, I suppose. I know I could do it another day, but... Okay, so that's what you get from 5 to 7. Hammer on A string, and then hammer on your D string. Okay. Get rid of this mic. Okay, so I'll make quite a difference on it. Let's add in the 5th fret on your G string. And when you do, you can also add in the 5th fret on your B string and hit it as what's called a double stop, meaning just 2 notes played simultaneously. And what we're going to try to do is kind of give the G string a little warble, which is always a nice feeling, and almost bring it up. So you've got an A minor kind of thing going on. It's on the G string. And you're not quite taking this. Here's the minor 3rd. So, but we're almost bringing it into the major 3rd, which would be that. So we have, you could do it just with just G string, 5th fret, or add the B string. Okay, let's check out just a few of me just doing different rhythm things, but with only those couple of moves. Okay, the other one, naturally, that most people are going to put in is going to be on the 7th fret, where you're going to use your ring finger to do the same thing we were just doing on the 5th fret. So let's just add in from, that will be my lick. So you're bending it downward on the 7th fret with your double stop. And release it back, pull off to the 5th fret. Then we're going to go 7, 5, 7 on your D string. And add your low A string in there if you wish. Okay, get rid of the mic. A couple clean passes for you. Okay, so a couple extra notes. Okay, that there's hammer on. And you're adding in this only new note, 7th fret on the A string. Okay, so we have those that we can use. The next one I would like to go right up to is a A7, which is going to give you just this up on your, okay, it's going to be 9, 8, 9. So starting on your G string, you can see which fingers I'm using. 9, B string 8, E string 9. And give it a good wah there. I like to start half a step down and give it one of those. If not, just give it some dirt by hitting it harder and suck the wah away as you're going up the neck here, or down the neck, whichever way you want to call it. Okay, again, could be used for funk or hold your ears, disco. Okay, everything inclusive. Okay, another quick big thing that we all have to use is that same, and then strumming the heck out of it that way, moving the wah, and then going back a half step, creating some tension, and then bringing it right back up to the A7, so you have this. So you don't always have to use all three. You can use 2 strings, which is nice, and leave out the high E string. And just be creative with how you use it. Let's put a drum beat here, and I'll just throw some Flavor Flav over top of this and let you just see some of this in action, okay? And again, it's all just free form. But these are the licks, just the first few. I'll give you some more, of course, and just transpose them to any key you want. So shutting off the vocal mic, hitting the beat buddy, and just using what I've shown you so far, but just changing up the picking hand. Okay, so there you go, just what we've used so far. Okay, let's throw in a couple other things that are useful with this. Of course, the hammer-on, pull-off, depending on where you're at, of course. We have the choice of doing it on the D string, just the 7/5/7 hammer-on, pull-off. Or doing it on the G string open, so you're getting your root and your 7th. But those are always cool with wah-wahs. Just certain things are great with wahs. Of course, always slide bar, if you can add that in. Using the same licks, I have lots of videos for that already, so search for the many slide videos I have for free on here. Okay, I'm going to throw in a couple of higher things. And these are the unison bends. If you think of Steve Perry after he went solo after Journey, just think of your the song that was the only hit, I think, really. Oh Sherry was the name of it. It's just the best example song I can show you. But it went basically this. So you're going to go from 5 on the high E string, 7, 9, then 10, then 9. Then we're going to go all the way up to the octave of the A. Okay, so you have 5, 7, 9, 10, 9. Then we'll go all the way up to the octave of the A, so up to the 17th fret. Then 12th fret. So you have your root, and then your 5th. Okay, so again, 5, 7, 9, 10, 9, and then 17, 12. Then 17, 12 again. It's just the easiest way to remember this. You can pull this out and your bandmates will look at you like whatever, especially during a blues song. They'll be like, quit it. But to remind you how the lick sounds, we're just doing the unison thing again. So we're having 5th fret, and then we're going to the 8th fret on the B string, then hit both of them, and bend the B string up in unison with your high E string. You remember it. Okay, so not to necessarily play that, of course, like I said, you will, because it's there and you're just going to want to. But to just give this to it, okay? So I'm going to add that into what we've done, but try to use it a little differently, of course. Okay, so back with the drums. just pick it up and just bring it in slowly if you want, such as this. Go all the way through the scale. Okay, so you have that going on. The last little lick, last little lick, it's going to be a short lesson, is going to be the one that everybody's always looking for. And again, this just takes most of you right back to your roots, which is great for blues. Okay, G string is going to be where we're going to find our A up here on the 14th fret. Now, like good little boys or girls, don't matter, scissoring is allowed. We are going to straddle that by going with your ring finger on the 15th fret of the B string and put your pinky on the 15th fret of the high E string. And I also want you to put your first finger on the 13th fret of the B string, so you have, and then waiting in the wings once you lift up your ring finger. Okay, so we're going to actually bend up the B string only one whole step. You can use the strength of both fingers on your B string to do that, and of course engage your wah through the bend and release. Okay, and bend up on that B string when you release your ring finger. If you want, of course, it's all subjective. You could just do that, which I'm sure you will. So you have bend, release, pull off, and you can bend up if you want, and resolve on the A on the 14th fret of your G string. Okay, now this here's one where you want to get in there and dig in and give it some personality. Okay, with drums. Okay, so there's another cool one. Just simple little thing, and this will be the last inflection or embellishment of that. So I was just doing a little stutter thing on the B string. I bend it towards the floor, whatever. You can bend it up if you need to. Us country guys tend to always do our bends towards the floor, but whatever gets you there. Okay, so use all your different inflections here. Check them out. Okay, so that was just going through the major scale coming down. Okay, so just use all that stuff, and hopefully you dug some of the old stuff. Again, it's just the very basics. And good Lord, I look like a, what was it people used to call me? The Yeti. Yes, the country Bigfoot, basically. So once again, Scott Grove, GroovyMusicLessons.com. Dr. Groovy, again, with an old axe that I got for $225. I'm telling you guys to grab these things. And I'm glad a lot of you have bought some of the axes that I've been giving you links to, and I've been buying some of the ones you've been giving me links to. The Aria Pro PE series, tons of PE guitars, but you'll have a hard time finding whatever the rest of this model is. I can't even find the rest of the model. I can't find it in a catalog. It's 80s or 90s, somewhere in there, in 3P90s, and you've got a push-pull on the tone that activates the middle pickup. So hope you dug those, and come by for some more free lessons and some paid lessons too. And whatever, be groovy, lots of lessons coming up, and there will be a whole new slew of paid lessons. I kind of think I've worked this out. So once again, be groovy and play the blues stuff, enjoy that, and the wah stuff. Like I said, it takes you right back to the beginning, but sometimes we have to go back there again because, again, these are the licks that the audience, the general working audience who are not musicians, these are the licks that are ear friendly. So stick them in different keys and everything, and don't forget, if you're in A and then the song goes to D for your 4 chord, you can stay on the 1 chord pretty much through a whole 12-bar blues. So keep that in mind too. You guys take care and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.